Welcome back to CodeChef's Python Basics. So far, we've used Python for math and comparisons. Now it's time to think like Python with logic. Imagine a smart bulb that turns on only when it's night and someone enters. That's logic in action, using and or and not. Craving pizza? Let's think logically about how we'll get it. We'll only order pizza if we meet two main conditions. First, for payment, you need either cash or a credit card. Just one is enough. Second, the pizza place must be open and have your favorite toppings available. Both of these need to be true for this condition to work. So you'll place the order if you have cash or a card, and the place is open and has toppings. If both of those big conditions are true, then it's pizza time. That's how logical operators work to help us make decisions. Now, what toppings do you want? In this topic on logical operators, you'll learn what are logical operators, how Python's an operator works, how the OR operator checks multiple conditions, and how not reverses logical values. Logical operators help Python make decisions by combining or modifying conditions. Let's break them down. And returns true only if both conditions are true. Or returns true if at least one condition is true. Not reverses the result. True becomes false and vice versa. Let's see how each logical operator works in Python, line by line. First, with the AND operator. We create a variable named isRaining and assign it the value true. Then we create another variable, haveUmbrella, and also assign it true. Now we use print, CRC is, raining and haveUmbrella. Python checks. Are both conditions true? Since both are indeed true, the result is true, because it needs both sides to be true. Next, let's look at the OR operator. We create a variable hasTicket and assign it false. The user doesn't have a ticket. Then we set onGuestList to true. They're invited. Now, Python checks the OR condition using print, hasTicket, or onGuestList. OR only needs one side to be true. And since one is, the result is true. Finally, let's check the NOT operator. We create a variable isHoliday and set it to true. Then we use print, not isHoliday. The NOT keyword simply flips the value, so true becomes false. That's why the output is false. All right, let's put our logical operators into action with a simple login system challenge. Here's the problem. We have a stored username and password in our system. When a user enters their details, we want to check if both match the stored values. If yes, they can log in. If not, access is denied. Let's look at the code. First, we store the correct username and password in two variables, stored username and stored password. Next, we take the input for the username and password and store it in variables entered username and entered password. Now comes the important part. We check whether the entered username and password are equal to the stored username and password and store the result in the status variable. Here, we use the AND operator to make sure both the username and password match. If even one is wrong, and will return false, meaning no login. We also use .upper to display the username in capital letters for style. Finally, we print a message telling us if the user can log in, along with the result, true for allowed, false for denied. To recap, use and when all conditions must be true. Use or when anyone is enough. And use not to reverse logic. Great job. You've just unlocked the logic behind Python decisions. Keep experimenting. Logic is what powers real-world apps. Stay curious. Keep coding. Only on CodeChef.